guys, welcome to another episode of our
GC!
Yeah, we are going to talk about what?
Little Women 1949
Yes. Have you watched that movie? Have you? Yes.
Of course.
Because that's our motive for today's discussion.
Yeah.
Alright, now, what were your expectations?
Okay, so my expectation was I searched the wrong movie.
Oh.
So yeah, it's so
Bad for you.
yeah, super. So I've searched the wrong movie.
Wrong word.
The wrong movie, which is Three Women.
Okay.
It's supposed to be Little Women, right? So yeah, I've searched the wrong movie, guys.
What is Three Women?
It's all about erotics.
Okay.
Change topic. Okay, Shane, what were your expectations?
My expectations
Yeah.
about Little Women is that they are women, but I'm not sure what to actually expect because Little Women 1949, it probably sound very Victorian era kind of stuff, but that's all I have to say. Yeah. What about you, Lulu?
But you forbid it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how about you, Renalu? What were your expectations?
Alright, so my expectation was like, since I'm not a very big fan of watching movies, I really don't have that kind of hobby. When our teacher first told us about the title of the movie, I was like literally expecting the literal meaning of that. Little women, like small women, like the one with dwarfism.
Okay.
That's so funny, right?
She was the point.
Yeah, because it is the little.
It's little. So yeah, makes sense after all. But on my part, I really thought it's just like a fairy tale. Yeah, it's like a Disney type of movie, just like that.
Like Little Women.
Yeah, I really thought. Yeah, but the moment I searched that, it's like a societal type of movie. Like, it really has this weight and depth of the story. Yeah. So now, let's analyze each character. So, who are the little women?
Who indeed? Who's the eldest, I guess?
It's Meg.
Oh, it's Meg. Okay. Who was next, Meg? Second eldest.
Jo.
Who was next?
Beth.
Beth? Okay, Beth. Oh yeah, it was Beth. And of course, the youngest is Amy.
And their surname, let's not forget.
Okay.
March.
But it's June
Very
already.
unique, right?
Yeah.
What again? March, but it's June already.
Yeah, it's June already.
Moving on, children.
So let's talk about their traits.
Speaking of traits, of course, we'll have to start with the eldest,
Yeah.
which is Meg.
Okay, so Meg is the oldest one.
Okay.
And she has this desire for luxury, for wealth. Despite that, she also has this affection with her family. She cherished her family more than anything else.
What kind of great lesson did she learn?
She learned that we must value everything because life is fleeting. Everything is fleeting.
Yeah, like life is too short according to a lot of people. But how
We
about
must not go after for just wealth and luxury alone because these are temporary things. And our life is just a temporary assignment.
Yeah.
speaking of which, you mentioned that she struggled, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was she struggling about?
She is struggling about her life status, about the expectations of society, and she needs to prove them wrong. So she really needs to work hard and aim for that. Even though that she has experienced a lot of griefs and loss.
Women at that time are entirely subjective
Yeah.
as an object to men.
Exactly.
Which is most of the struggles. Yeah. I read it's not only men, but also being the four sisters.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other sisters, how about you?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Alright, so Jo was the second among the four sisters. Jo, among all, was very rebellious. He has this very strong personality, very...
Sounds like someone.
Yes, very...
Who's
I
that?
can relate.
Sounds like for me.
That's Alright, so she's the one like very outspoken person. She just speaks whatever is in her mind. You know, whether it's gonna affect you or not. So Jo was like
Is she an actress?
yes, and same as me.
Yes, yeah, very relatable. Huh?
Yes, I like
You chose that character.
Ah, you like
I
Jo.
chose Jo as my character.
How about you guys?
Oh, so me is Beth. Beth is the third sister of March family. And so Beth is the glue to the
It's the glue.
It's the glue. It's the glue of their family because she is so very kind and shy. And do you know that she is homeschooled because of her social anxiety? Yeah. Marmy considered Beth. Marmy is the mother of
your mother,
yes.
yes.
I remember.
So Marmy considered Beth to be homeschooled because of her social anxiety, and she could not stand with the outside world. So that is why Beth is also single because she doesn't.
She's
want
reserved.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you mentioned Beck's struggles, which is that social anxiety. What was Joel's struggle again? Did you mention that?
No, I wasn't able to mention that. However, Jo's struggle was the struggle of like pursuing her wanted career. However, others, especially her aunt, blocks it because they think that she needed to marry a man first before prioritizing her career. Yes.
Okay.
Imagine being told that.
It's a struggle, right?
Yeah, imagine being told that the only thing you can do in life as a woman is to marry a man.
Yeah.
I don't want to be told.
Yes.
I don't want to be told.
It's so fossilized, right?
Yeah.
The culture is
Yes.
I'm glad I don't live in that
in that what you call that
century.
era.
Yeah, in that era. No way.
Alright. How about you, Sheen? What's your character?
So the character I had in mind is of course the youngest.
The youngest.
Since there's nothing left, of course the youngest,
Okay.
Amy. So Amy is artistic.
Wow.
She likes painting. She's also very ambitious, and her mouth is just like Jo, very tactless. Like she's very straightforward. I mean, yes, I will admit, she's very straight. Now that I realize it, you are a little bit of a Meg, a little bit of a Jo,
I
a
can
little bit of a Beth.
I can resonate with Meg's
You're
personality.
a little bit of
We're not talking about me here. But anyway, to continue, she is socially conscious, just like Jo, just like Meg. She knows that people expect her to marry after a certain age, which is after 16, but she didn't do that. She didn't want that. She's also a bit rebellious. She doesn't want to marry, and she said, like Jo, she's similar to Jo in that aspect. Yeah, and well, she's also very pragmatic and realistic. Like she puts in mind that of course she loves art, but she knows that art won't make her live because the man or that generation, that era, thinks of her as an insignificant woman. She's a little woman to most people because women don't earn as much as men that time, right?
Yeah.
Until now. Even until now, it's very evident that we're not the same. So basically, she's also quite manipulative. Yeah, she's very manipulative. If she wants it, she'll get it. So yes, I'm not manipulative.
Because guys, we're taking the feminist theory.
Yes.
So from those character traits, so what have you learned from their characters aside from what we have shared earlier?
So for me, I've learned as for Beth, she is the glue to the March family.
Can you relate?
Yeah, I can relate to that because when I was a little, my mom and my father wants to be spirited. So that is why my mother don't want to be because I am there. So she stick to my father even if my father is so abusive and yeah.
Sorry.
So she sticks with my father so that we can be complete. But it doesn't stay any longer because my mom cannot take up the abuses and such. So she pursued the inspiration. So that's why I can relate to Beth. Even though she is so kind and so very shy, there's a lesson to relate to. So that's why I feel for you, Shane.
So emotional.
With Amy, the lesson that I learned from her is that even though she was kind of childish, manipulative, and quite ambitious, that she's very self-centered. She's very self-centered. As the years passed, she learned to mature. She learned to mature because she knew she needed to. That's because of her awareness. And so the main thing I've learned from her is to keep on keeping on, even though people tell you what to do with your life. So what she did with her life was, she did say she didn't want to do what society tells her to. And she did just that, but she did more because even though she didn't want to marry at first, she decided to marry for love. It wasn't because society told her to marry. She married because she wanted
not an
to.
abrupt decision.
Yes, it was not an abrupt decision. She actually rejected.
Fell in love.
She also rejected the guy first before falling for him, which is a nice touch.
Who that guy is?
Lori. Lori was just pursuant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, Amy married the guy who liked
Yeah.
her sister first, which is
And the grandson of Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence. Yeah, it was quite awkward to know, but they're
And they were neighbors, right?
they were. It was quite awkward, but that's the take I got from it because we women nowadays, well,
Are more empowered.
are more empowered as well as in a sense where even though we have laws and such, we cannot even properly exercise the rights because some people, the society would always tell us to, this is you, this is that. Have you heard of the notion that when it comes to, okay, let's go to a bit of a sensitive topic here, rape of women. What do society tell a woman when she's the victim of rape? They tell her, because you wore something vindictive or sexy, because you were walking at night and you know it's dangerous. I mean, why is that the woman's fault? But in fact, that's something that society should take into account, that maybe it's not the victim's fault.
Yeah.
Because not all rape victims were sexy lingerie or anything. There were children. There were people who were wearing very...
No woman wants to be raped.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's wrong with people? So it's the same with Amy, where people tell her that you may be artistic, but that won't get you anywhere. She pursued it anyway. She married anyway. Okay, how about you? Fine.
Joel was a very rebellious mom. I could somehow relate to that.
Yeah.
Because apart from being rebellious and also tactless, so I talk
I can...
very, very harsh. I can be really honest without any filter.
I stand witness to that, guys. I am the abused. The abuser.
It's not only you.
Oh yeah, so this is a witness video, guys.
There's this evidence. Alright, so how does being tactless affect the people around you?
Well, at some point, they don't know how to take those kind of words because, in my point of view, it's just a very honest opinion.
But you feel sorry after that.
At some point, I do feel sorry, but most of the time I don't because I just
That's
feel
your
like
personality, right?
that's my personality, and I somehow feel like they needed to hear that kind of word for them to be
Yeah, true.
awakened, you know?
Truth hurts.
Yes.
So what did you learn?
I learned that whatever in whatever situation that people tells you to do this, do that, like they direct you on doing such thing that you don't want to do. I learned that you just follow whatever your heart says, you know. In the story, Jules rejected Lori because she doesn't see Lori as like an ideal man for her, because at that time she was like very eager and hungry to get the profession that she wanted, which is to be a writer, to be an author. However, she was able to give up the job that she really wanted for a guy who finally, at some point, I can say that this guy has finally made the somehow hardened part of jaw become soft, you know. So at some point, I can relate to that because there's this guy that I have right now. So soft is my heart.
Bakit nag-mention?
I like it. So yeah, I won't dig deeper, but that's somehow how I relate about jaw.
What about you, Bea?
Alright, so on Meg's part, I have learned that time is gold. So we're talking about gold again.
Yes.
So Meg's is after for luxury and what you call that? Luxury and
Success.
as you say, wealth or like that. I have learned that time is gold and life is fleeting. Life is a temporary assignment, and I can relate to Meg's life because I had just lost my father. Yes. And not just that. Before that, I have lost 7 puppies in a row in a day. In just one day, and I personally buried them. Right? And I've lost my phone as well. I've lost a lot. Especially last year. And this year, my father.
Yeah.
And I've learned that, everything else is borrowed. And we cannot control. We cannot control things. So it's something that really hurts, right? Because
You can't do anything about that.
so with that kind of what you call that frustration or what you call that burden in your life, you know, the only thing that you can really do is just to hold on to your hope. That, you know, it's cliche as they say, but there's always a rainbow after the rain. So we also have to look always on the brighter side of life. Because we cannot appreciate life without dark. So that's the greatest lesson that I've learned from Meg's character in the movie. So it's very emotional right now. And I'm just holding in my tears. And guys, I also have to mention this. I'm quite fulfilled with my father's time, with my father's stay here on earth with me because I prioritize him, my aging father, before my, before my academics.
Which is valid. That's good. You get to spend more time with him before he went to.
And one of my love languages as well is quality time.
Quality time. Speaking of love languages, quality time, you have
What's your love language?
violence.
Yes.
I was right. No, I'm serious. Quality time. What about
I have lots of love language. Quality time, word of affirmation, everything.
Love is
Everything.
Yeah, I like a little bit of everything as well.
If she doesn't give me a food, then I will be.
And you know what, guys? Why I love this discussion? Because also one of my love languages is curiosity. I want to know what's in your mind.
Basically, that is all that we have learned and that we have realized and analyzed in the movie Little Women. So,
Thank you.
So hi people. Well, I wasn't able to join them with the video because of some health problems, some health issues. Yeah, right. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to my Kajisi, Vij, Renalo, Shane, and Rhea for the very informative analysis of the movie Little Women. Now, today, I will discuss to you, or I will share to you the summary of the movie Little Women. You know what? At first, I thought the movie Little Women is literally Little Women, like those women or people who have dwarfism, but no, it's not. It's different. Well, Little Women is a 1994 movie adaptation of Louisa May Alcott's classic novel. So it was a novel first before it was adapted as a movie. Now, it follows the lives of the March sisters in Concord, Massachusetts. During and after the American Civil War. So the story revolves around responsible Meg, tempestuous Joe, tender Beth, and romantic Amy, facing challenges with their father away at war under the guidance of their strong-willed mother named Marmee. So the sisters find solace in Joe's place in their attic theater right? And befriend their wealthy neighbor, which is Mr. Lawrence, and his grandson, Laurie. Well, the themes here, or the theme of the movie is sisterhood, love, and you know what? Pursuing dreams are explored as the sisters experience losing loved ones, and personal growth with Joe struggling for independence. And the film features a talented cast and received a critical acclaim for its faithful adaptation, performances, and storytelling, earning 3 Academy Awards nominations. Wow! With a 92% tomatometer score in Rotten Tomatoes, Little Women is cherished for its timeless story. So the Little Women really highlights the lives of women and their perseverance or their willingness to have independence, because as what we all know, women before are just subject of or let's say a tool for production. You know what I mean? And Little Women in this movie is a really great or good influence for women to aspire to have freedom and do whatever they want. So that ends about the summary of Little Women, and I hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks!